Today is probably D-Day. D-Day meaning the day Marion gets served. I helped my cousin pay my mama's room on Sunday. I helped her pay the spare bedroom. I sleep when I'm visiting, or when anybody sleeps when they're visiting. My cousin slept there, obviously, while we both were visiting. My mama, I slept on the couch. Today's D-Day, probably. Called and said they were going to try to deliver to Marion today. And my cousin's going to walk down to the office here and deliver a copy with a lovely copy letter to the woman in the office, the bitch, the one who is in cahoots with Marion, has been for years, you know, conspiring against me. In the end, it was good. I mean, I don't know. Remember when Homer and I were on the streets of LA, you know, and whatnot, and then I went into emergency domestic violence shelter that he was taken care of by somebody who would give him back to me, but I never imagined that I could get him back. My mom stepped forward, saved the day. You're my daughter, and if I want you to be here, I will. And then they told her, well, the woman in the office first said, per the rules and regulations of the park, your daughter could stay and visit you for 1 month. And then she changed her tune and said that I would be arrested if I came here. She didn't write that in the thing, of course, because she knew it was bullshit. There was no restraining order. They couldn't have me arrested, but she and Mary and co-conspirators, and Marianne tricked my mom as usual into saying exactly when I was coming. I was smart enough not to call first, because remember, I arrived at the airport. And yet again plunged into the twilight zone. Why didn't you call? I would have told you not to come. I know. You're not going to tell me not to come. I mean, you paid for my flight, even though you later told both families that my friend paid for it, that Joe had paid for it, okay? You are not going to tell me not to come when you're not going to do that. She would have. That's the thing. That's what people don't get. That's what people don't get. Why I'm close to being 6 feet under at all times, or have been. I would have told you not to come. You had paid for my flight for me and Homer to come here. You had, I would have told you not to come after I'd already told those people that I was taking over, after you got my hopes up that I could have Homer. That's the shit I've had to deal with her. And then just a couple weeks ago, what did I ever do to you? What didn't you do to me because of your illness, Mom? I would have told you not to come. Bad enough I got, you can't come here, you'll be arrested. You have to go into the shelter. I've already arranged it. But I would have told you not to come. Why didn't you call? Because I'm always thinking ahead, Mom, because I'm smarter than you. Despite what my so-called family thinks. I'm smarter than you are. I would have told you not to come. Told you not to come. I'm cold. Just like I told my cousin. Cold. Love, the kind of love, that she and others say they have, I'm not in anybody's heart, so I can't say, but the people say they're madly in love or whatnot, you know. Okay? Foreign to me. I'm never gonna have it. Don't care. Why don't you care? Because I do care, but there's not much I can do about it. You know, it's just like, you know, I care that there could be psychopaths out there who know about all of this and are plotting. There could be one or more than one plotting to somehow kill me or torture me or something. Don't care. Death caresses, tickles the skin, aching for sweet oblivion. Aware of the lie, can't fit in with robots. Command, just pretend. Screw you, I'll do whatever I please. You won't push me to my knees. Flesh to pieces, this perfect face. Mind won't ever be erased. Can't believe Robin Williams committed suicide. Didn't see that one coming. It's just like they say, like they said yesterday on the TV, you know. Oftentimes the people out there who make us the happiest can't find happiness themselves. Just like I read when that young girl committed suicide, I was reading online several months ago, whatever, you know. Sometimes the people who smile the most are the most in pain. Called them, my cousin and my mom from the library, and I was upset. I'm like, I just found a Robin Williams dead. I'm upset. And then I said, I was talking about suicide. I'm like, you know, if he had just died, it's one thing. Suicide, something else. I've always been obsessed with it. Always wondered why I didn't do it. And when I came home, my cousin said what I've said to you guys numerous times. She said, you know, if you kill yourself or whatnot, then Marion wins. Yeah, I'm not anymore. Now she's not going to win. She's going to be served today. So regardless if something happens to me, she didn't win. She's fine. And my cousin wrote a revocation of power of attorney and a cover letter and different cover letters for different people, whatnot, that rivals anything a lawyer could have drawn up. And I think it's even better than any lawyer would have drawn up, because she really thought about it, and you know, it hits her home. It's, you know, it's me and my mom and whatnot, you know. So, and she found out that's all that had to be done. Serve Marion with the revocation of power of attorney. You're fired. Have a nice day. Whatnot, you know. There's going to be new healthcare proxies for my mom and new people handling her money, and you're out of the picture. Bye-bye. So much to say to my cousin. Can't know all of it because in such a short time any more than I can know your disordered, dysfunctional child and whatnot. Although he broke free and we've been happily married, so you say, and who am I to say you're not, you know, for quite some time now. Whereas I, only a couple years ago, finally escaped from the man who had been mostly psychologically abusing me since 2001. Big difference. Darkness in me, baby. Darkness. Coldness. Tongue-in-cheek, I said to her last night, you know that Eagle song, you know, one of these nights, I'm like the woman in that song, you know, searching for the daughter of the devil himself, searching for an angel in white. I'm constantly, since I was little, I mean, you know, torn between good and bad, torn between caring too much and not giving a fuck about anything. found out just like my cousin last summer, the other one, the one who's totally on married side, not even, and I didn't think she was ignorant, but totally on married side, not even willing to hear the other side. Maybe her sister might be able to get her to, but then again, probably not. I remember Marion's been really good and has periodically flown that cousin here and flew her here, paid for it so she could say goodbye to the man who died last summer, and whatever. So anyway, this cousin, just like the other cousin last summer, and I did the same thing, but I had a flash drive, so I have to go today to Best Buy or somewhere, probably Best Buy, and buy a 32 gigabyte because she has tons of music. Now, I may not be able to get it onto my MP3 player. She's not sure until she doesn't know if it'll work from her laptop, whatever, but I may not be able to get it onto my MP3 player until I have a new place to stay and have my own computer set up again, but at least I'll have it. She has good shit. She has Bringing on the Heartache by Def Leppard, one thing. She has Def Leppard, Duran Duran, she has a lot of old stuff I like. She has a lot of stuff I don't like as well, but we're not going to pick and choose what goes. I'm just going to put everything on the 32 gigabytes that I plan on buying today. And then we're going to see if from her laptop that she brought, even though she doesn't have computer power, that's what we know. She might be able to get songs onto my MP3 player, she might not. I don't know. She said it might have to sync with my MP3. I remove all the old music. At first I was like, no, I don't want to do that, but then I thought about it. Why not? Because she has tons and tons of new music, and the old music's not gone. It's on my home computer, my desktop, and as soon as I have a place to get set up, I can have that music again, because I'm sick of it anyway. She has all kinds of new music that'll tide me over. She has Aerosmith. She has Van Halen. She has Metallica, Alice in Chains, Duran Duran, Def Leppard, Def Leppard. Like I said, now that I don't steal music anymore, to get new music I have to pay over $1 a song through Amazon. I was doing that. Although she and her sister before her last summer, and she was like, you can buy CDs and put them on your MP3, but you can even buy them used. I'm like, I know. A lot of times though, I'd only like a couple songs from a band I don't like, or a couple songs from an album I don't like the whole CD. So then yes. Just like her sister last summer, she has Nickelback. She actually has more Nickelback. She has like the whole of the Long Road CD on it. Hopefully I'll be able to get some new music. Or maybe find a new place to live. Can't believe Robin Williams committed suicide. Didn't see that one coming. We had just watched his movie just 2 nights before Saturday night, The Angriest Man in Brooklyn, that I liked. Didn't have great reviews, but I liked him because I liked him. My mom liked him. Can't believe it. If it happens, they try like 3 different times to give him the best times to go, and they try, but if they don't, can't, because my mom made sure it's hand-delivered to Marion, not given to anybody in Marion's family, hand-delivered to Marion. Well, if they can't do it for whatever reason, then you have to pay more. And my mom still doesn't know if the wrath is going to come down on her from her lawyer for going over the lawyer's head, but he was taking his own sweet time, and it was important that Marion be served, that she knows, and it's important the woman in this office knows that Marion is no longer welcome here, that if she's here, even though there's no restraining order, we'll consider it trespassing. She's not welcome. She's not to come here. And my cousin said if she does come, when my cousin's not here, or my mother, we should not open the door. My mother should not open the door to her at all, and should call the cops. But yeah, me and my mother are both still afraid of Marion. You know, it's hard. She's had this control for too long. It's hard to accept that she's not going to have it anymore. We don't know what kind of trick she has up her sleeve. I should say to my cousin in regards to Marion, yeah. Marion with the whole family on this side of the States, you know, here in Massachusetts and whatnot, you know, they, and led by the nose by Marion, are upset with me, have been upset with me because I refuse to just be a good little mentally ill woman and take meds and be meek and mild like my mom and not say we would not want to make waves and yada yada whatever. But look, in the end, my mother did everything right. Even up until recently, when she was planning on fighting Marion, she thought that Marion would just step down and she would still get to, you know, associate with Marion and her family and whatnot. That's not going to happen, Mom. It's not. I always knew it would get ugly, my mom. You know? And the thing is, in the end, where did that leave my mom? Being meek and mild and cooperative and all this crap that she still would be being. She would still be engaging in that same behavior. In regards to Marion, had the aunt who died last summer never died, and I know that. My mom doesn't like me to say it, but I know damn well that's what would be the case. So do you. So do my friends out here who have been following this for a long time. You know damn well, had my mother, this beloved sister, the one she was so close to, and she didn't want to upset and everything, never come down with cancer, never died, still alive, whatever, my mom would have never fought Marion. But look, what being meek and mild in the end got my mom. Marion just, you know, decided to be more and more powerful, got too big for her britches, pushed my mom too far, you know, to the point where she took away my mom's credit card because she doesn't want my mom fighting my mom's niece or my mom wanted to see Marion. Thinks she can decide my mom's friend. She can decide if my mom flies a family member here when my mom has plenty of money. Marion lies and says my mom doesn't have the money to do it, that my mom won't be able to pay the rent or buy food. I mean, it's all bullshit. Marion went too far. Phony 911. I was just reading the thing. It said on it, it said other stuff. The police said that my mom, Marion, had said my mom was trying to harm herself. And was threatening to harm herself, or threatening to harm Marion. It wasn't true. I heard the call. And it says on that thing, we're in the hospital, I've read it, wants to hurt the animals. But no, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Marion just made it up. Just like asshole Joe, you know, the landlord Joe Dunn, and I won't say the city, but whatever. What did he tell those 911 police? That I was threatening to kill myself and kill my dog. It was all bullshit. I had just been blasting my music in my ear. I was in a relatively good mood under the circumstances. I just had a nice walk with Omar. I was getting ready to make my protein shake, probably, you know, and then I got plunged into hell. Stupid asshole people, evil. Yeah, my family's upset that I refused to be a good little girl and be a good little mentally girl and take my meds like a good little girl and not make waves and blah, 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 whatever. I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel, baby. My mother is not, but Marion pushed my mother too far. My mother finally had enough. It was ridiculous. Especially with, it was, you know, my mom did not belong in the mental hospital again. Definitely not. It doesn't mean she should be driving, you know, and I'll do anything short of lying to stop that. My mom's going to be seeing a regular doctor, and I'm going to be sending a certified letter to him before she sees him. That's what my therapist recommended that I do. She actually recommended I call him up, but after they blew me off and I got upset when I was still living with Bobby, you know, and I didn't know where my mom was, and if you want to know where your mother is, you have to ask your mom. Oh, God. That's my nightmare. That's finally over. But never again will that be the case. But, again, the damage is done. Yes, Miss Laura P. refuses to be a good little mentally ill woman and take her meds and not, even when my mom was hinting around that I had planned to write an autobiography about my own. Of course the family didn't want me to do that. I said the family, and my mom's like, the family doesn't want you to do that. Of course they don't, Mom. Of course they don't. whole family that's the kind of skeletons we have in our closet. I mean, rape and semi-incest and you know, and mental illness and dysfunction and alcoholism and abuse and whatnot, and including, you know, but all the shit that happened, stuff I know and stuff I don't, or whatnot, to my cousins who I didn't associate with because they lived out of state, you know. So yeah, we have a lot of skeletons in our closet, and this family, and of course my family, you know, they didn't want, nobody wants their tough shit, because I'm, despite what my family knows or believes or wants to believe, I really am an extremely talented writer. Why do you think my caseworker in the shelter, every time she sees something new, the latest thing was phony 911 call and whatnot, my mom got out and now she's pissed and now she's fighting Mary and whatnot. You gotta write a book for her. I'll read it, the movie, whatever, but the book will be better. Write a book about this. This is just unbelievable. Yeah, I need stability. I need some kind of peace and stability in my life before I can have a quote, write a book.